This is my persuasive speech on effects of a growing population. So, the statistics about how the population has grown. 200 years ago, there were less than 1 billion humans living on Earth. Today, according to the United Calculations, there are over 7 billion of us. Historical demographers estimate that around the year 1800, the world population was only around 1 billion people. Our country. As you can see, our country, the United States, has had one of the biggest changes in the past 200 years. As you can also see, China, India, and Brazil have also been affected by the growth of population. And Asia is one of the biggest regions to change. These are the regions by growth, and as you can see, North and Central America are very high as they have gone up. And the exploration and conquest opened up with the new areas of North America and South America. So, the population growth rate. A population growth rate is basically how much or what percent the annual growth between countries or people is. According to the UN, which is United Nations, projections of the world's population growth rate actually peaked during the years 1962 and 1963. The world's population growth rate has actually declined in the last half century. So, now we're going to get into the effects of the growing population. The most simple effect in the world is that the world may become overpopulated, which basically means too many people. So, the problems that come with overpopulation. One of the main problems that we will have if this problem is not dealt with is the natural resources. The Earth, as big and as vast as it is, it only has a certain amount of natural resources, which is right now actually falling short, and this is with a little bit of overpopulation. So, problems part 2. The degrading of our environment is a huge effect that has been caused by overpopulation. The extreme use of coal, oil, and natural gas has started to take a huge role on our environment. And those 3 things you can see in your daily life, like the natural gas that heats your house. The rise in the number of vehicles and emissions in the air has also affected the CO2 rates in the air, which in turn affects the global warming in the world. So, problems part 3. The rise in population leading to overpopulation will land us in situations and wars over natural resources between countries because that country doesn't have enough natural resources or water to feed and populate its people. So, solutions to fix overpopulation. One of the main things is better education. Better education, which basically means helping people solve these problems, and it can also be in educating people how to take care of themselves financially and how to make sure they don't have too many kids to where it'll mess up the overpopulation rates. So, making people aware of this problem and that it is actually happening. Most people will understand and try and limit their addition to the problem. This is a growing problem, as I said. So, tax help is another thing that could be a huge solution to help people, or basically create a tax exception for people who limit their kids to 2 or less, which doesn't make us increase anymore. So, the conclusion. As you can see, overpopulation does not only affect the size of our world, but it also adds to other environmental problems, and it must be dealt with as immediate as we can to save the world tomorrow. So, also in conclusion, I wanted to add in some of the problems that we had, like the overpopulation, the use of our environmental resources, which the environmental resources can also cause war over this because, like I said in the beginning, countries can fight over these natural resources because they don't have enough natural resources to take care of their population, And so they must go out and try and find other natural resources from other countries. So also I wanted to go back and reiterate on some of the solutions we could go into to help solve these problems, which include the tax help, which is a tax to exempt people who have 2 or less kids. That way they could get financial help to help themselves out, and also could possibly add that money into our environment and saving our environment. Another way would to be educate people or educate the younger adults in our society to understand that, okay, this is a problem that we have and we need to help the environment. And that's the end of the slideshow. Thank you for watching.